Yofi, Baruch Hashem. Today is Gimel Tevet, and we're learning the halacha of the brachas of Kriyat Shema. But today we're going to touch a subject which is more general. We'll start with this. It says in Shulchan Aruch, in the Chaim Siman Samech, chapter 60, Seif Dalet. Yesh omrim she'en mitzvot tzrichot kavana. There are those who say that when you do a mitzvah, you don't have to have kavana. We'll explain what that means. Yesh omrim she'tzrichot kavana. And there are those who hold that you do have to have kavana when you're doing the mitzvah. Latzet b'asiyat ha-mitzvah. In order to go out, to be yotze, to fulfill this mitzvah, a certain mitzvah, you have to have the right kavana. V'chen halacha. And that's the halacha. That's what the Shulchan Aruch says. So now, what does that mean to have kavanah or not to have kavanah? The simple meaning is that when I'm doing a mitzvah, I'm doing it for the sake of the mitzvah. For example, if I take a shofar on Rosh Hashanah and I'm blowing and I have in mind to practice because soon I'm going to blow in shul, and I blew all the tkiyas, was I yotze the mitzvah or not? No. Why? Because I did not have kavanah. I did not have the intention to fulfill a mitzvah. I had a different intention, not to fulfill a mitzvah, to practice whatever. The thing is, what happens if I don't have any intention? I don't know intention. I'm a simple person. I don't know. I put on tefillin. Am I thinking I'm doing a mitzvah? No, I say, Baruch Atah. I do it every day. It's a routine. I'm not thinking about it too much. Am I yotze the mitzvah or not? So we're going to say lechatchila and b'di'avad. We'll divide the halacha into a few parts. If you have a different kavana, a different intention by doing this action, you're not yotze the mitzvah. For example, if you're putting schach, right, on the sukkah, right, just because you're having a great time and not for the sake of the mitzvah of sukkah, so that's not considered fulfilling the mitzvah of putting schach on your sukkah. And you have to have in mind that that's, or I'm sitting in the sukkah because it's very hot in my house and I decided I want to be in the sukkah and I don't want to do any mitzvahs in the sukkah. I'm against the mitzvahs. I don't know. So if a person like that, again, he's not yotze the mitzvah of sukkah. So if you have a different intention by doing the mitzvah, you're not yotze the mitzvah that you want to keep. If you have, the best thing is to have the right intention. I'm putting on tefillin, I'm thinking, I'm doing right now a mitzvah. I'm putting on my tefillin. I'm sitting in the sukkah because I want to fulfill the mitzvah of sitting in the sukkah. I'm blowing the shofar because right now I want to fulfill the mitzvah of blowing the hearing the blowing of the shofar. So in all cases like that, that's the best way. You're having in mind the right intention. The right intention is I want to fulfill this specific mitzvah which I'm doing right now. And what happens if I don't have an intention to do something else, and I don't have an intention to do the mitzvah either. I'm just doing it regularly without having any specific intention. So the poskim say that b'di'avad, it's not the best case, but a person does not have to go and do the mitzvah again. He davened without any kavanah, he's still yotze davening. He doesn't have to go daven shachris again. Do tshuva and tomorrow daven better. Yeah. He put on his tefillin without anything. He wasn't thinking. His mind wasn't with him at all. He's totally thinking about something else. But he's doing it regularly. Not that he's doing it because he wants to check his blood pressure. That's why he's putting on his tefillin. No, he's putting on his tefillin because he knows it's a mitzvah. But right now, his mind is not on it. So b'di'avad, he's yotze. Okay? So the best thing is to think, I'm doing now a mitzvah. Right? And if you did not think that I'm doing a mitzvah, you're still yotze the mitzvah. Okay? By mitzvot deoraita, mitzvot which are written in the Torah, it's a lot more important to have kavanah, like tefillin and all the mitzvahs that we do. B'ezras Hashem, each one should have the right intention, meaning the intention that I want to fulfill this mitzvah. I'm now fulfilling a mitzvah that Hashem commanded me, and that's why we say blessings on it. Baruch Atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. He sanctified us with His commandments, right? And He commanded us to do so and so. He ordered us what to do. So that's the right intention to have in every mitzvah that we do, and that's the best. And even if you not have that specific intention, you just did it randomly because you're used to doing it, you're still yotze the mitzvah, you don't have to do it again. There is one mitzvah we're going to teach right now, which if a person does not have the right intention, he's not yotze the mitzvah. And we're going to read here. Okay, it's important mitzvah to know because you want to have to do. We do it every day, twice a day, so you want to have the right intention. Otherwise, we're not yotze the mitzvah at all. It says in Shulchan Aruch, it's based on the Rambam. It says like this, which is based on the Gemara. Hakore et Shema velo kiven libo bepasuk rishon. The one who reads the Shema reading, and he does not have the right intention of the heart on the first verse of Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Right? Lo yatsa yedei chovato. He is not fulfilling his obligation. Ve'ash'ar, and the rest of Shema, other than Shema Yisrael, im lo kiven libo, if he did not have the right intention, not have any intention, אפילו היה קורא בתורה ומגיע הפרשיות האלה בעונת קריאת שמע יצא והוא שכיוון לבו פסוק ראשון. He's יוצא. As long as he had the right intention on the first mitzvah, on the first verse. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. And he doesn't have to have a whole intention like we're going to say in a second what's the best. As long as he knows that this verse means that there's only one God, right? That's what he has to know. This verse means there's only one God. Even if he doesn't understand what Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad means, as long as he knows that this verse is telling me that there's only one God and no other God and he's in charge of everything, it's good enough. He doesn't have to know what every specific word means in order to be yotze the mitzvah. The poskim say, nevertheless, you should know what each word means. You're saying it every day, twice a day. It's the declaration of faith. So we're going to say simply what the verse means. We taught it already before in classes. We have it on the YouTube and on our website, but on the Muna channel. But still, we'll repeat it. When we say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, Shema Yisrael is listen, the nation of Israel. By the way, this verse will be in next week's. Next week's parsha he mentions it. Shema Yisrael. When before what's his name? Before Yaakov Avinu passes away, so he's when he talks, he says Shema Yisrael. Rashi says there. Anyways, but the verse says Shema Yisrael, listen, the nation of Israel. Right? And listen, it means listen with your heart, not just with the ears. Listen with your heart. Right? Hashem Elokeinu. Hashem. What's Hashem? He was, he is, and he always will be. Okay? He's always existent. He was always, he is now, and he will be always. Okay? Elokeinu, he's the ruler. Everything is, all the powers in the world. He's ruling all the powers in the world. Everything that's going on, he's ruling everything. Hashem, again, he was, he is, and he will be. Echad. What is Echad? Echad, it's one. So the Aleph means he's one, because Aleph in the numbers, in numerical numbers, Aleph is one. So he's one in all the worlds, everywhere. Chet is 8. So it means he's one in all 7 heavens. There's 7 heavens. And down in the earth, that's 8. 7 and 1 is 8. And Dalet is all 4 directions of the world, meaning all over the place. That's what a person has to have in mind. You can write it down. You can learn it a few times over before. And if every day you'll do it, it'll take you a week, 2 or 3. And if you say twice a day, you'll and we say more than twice, because before we go to sleep, we say it. And if you say Kolbanot, you say it before davening again. Again, some people, when you put on Tefillin Rabbeinu Tam, you say it again. You say it a few times a day, you can say it. And every time you say it, it's good to have that intention. Also, it puts in your heart, you're declaring that Hashem is one, everywhere, all over, all directions. Avaush, he added also, he told us that when you have Hashem's name, Yud, letter Hey, letter Vav, and letter Hey, right, like we say in Shema Yisrael, so he was, he is, and he will be. So Avaush said to add, he was good, he is good, and he will be good. He's always good. It's not only he was, he is, he will be. That's the real emunah. To believe that Hashem is always good. He was, he is, and he will be, and he's controlling everything. and everything is one. Hashem is always one. So it's very important to have the right intention in this verse. But we say again, at the minimum is that you know that this verse means that Hashem is one. As long as you know that, you're yotze already the mitzvah of Kriyat Shema. If you don't know that, you're just saying words, you're not yotze the mitzvah of reading Kriyat Shema. So that's the minimum you have to know. Okay? So from now on, if you haven't done it yet, do it right now. Put your hands on your eyes. By the way, this is up covering your eyes during Kriyat Shema. You don't have to take off your glasses really. But why do we take? A lot of people do take off their glasses. The point is that you want to close your eyes, because when you close your eyes, you can focus more. You're not, because whatever you look at, that's what you're attached to. So when you close your eyes, you're attached to yourself, into you, not into what's going on around you. That's why the Shulchan Aruch we'll learn later says to cover your eyes when you're saying Kriyat Shema. Okay, the Shulchan Aruch does not say to do some people do like that. He does not say that. I think that's brought down from the Ben Ish Chai. We do it in a certain way. Besides, b'kitzur, what does it say? Shema, Ed. Shema and Echad. Very good. Very nice. The first word we say Shema is Shin, Mem, Ayin. So we'll take the last letter, Ayin. And then we say the last letter of Echad. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad is Daled. Ayin and Daled is Eid. What does Eid mean in Lashon HaKodesh? A witness. We're being testifying. We're witness. We're being testifying that Hashem is one. What's the next thing you wrote? Oh, Sheikh B'Machdo, right? That's another Eid? Mm-hmm. Why? Why is it? Va'ed. Oh, right. When we say the next verse after Shema, Va'ed, so again they say Ed at the end. It's again Ayin Daled. So two witnesses. Another thing, Eid and Eid. If you have one witness, another witness, two Eidim, two witnesses. Ayin Daled and Ayin Daled. In numbers, how much? Ayin and Ayin, 70, 140. Daled and Daled, 4 and 4 is 8. Is 148. 148 is nachman. Rabbi Nachman. Shkaya, there's more things here? No? Pninim. Beautiful. So you want to witness, you want to know, you want to believe in Hashem, learn Rabbi Nachman's books. It will give you a lot of courage to start believing in Hashem. Very good. Okay, but that will be the halacha for today. Tomorrow we're going to learn how, besides having the right intention in Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, is right. We're going to learn also how to. It's very important to pronounce the words, and there's a certain. If you miss out a word, you missed out a limb of your body, because there's a Ramach 248 words which correspond to 248 limbs that a person has. We'll talk about it with Hashem tomorrow. Thank you.